Good morning everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adam, this is my channel Adam Sews, and this is a bit of a catch up as to what's been going on over the last 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks has been quite hectic, which is why there was no Friday Sews last week. This will go out tomorrow, so I'm hoping that this will go out on Friday for Friday Sews. And I just thought I would give you a little catch up as to what's been happening. So I am wearing a Me Made, which is the I Am a Pollen sweatshirt by I Am Patterns, if you wanted to know that. And yeah, the last few weeks have been really hectic. I'm actually filming this on a Thursday. I'm actually just about to leave to go to Claire from Stitch M Sew's house for a little bit of a catch up and to put some colour in her hair, which I'm quite looking forward to. So I thought I would go through what I've been accumulating over the last 2 weeks first. So over the last couple of weeks, there's been quite a few things that have gone up on D-stashes, on different Facebook D-stashes. One of them being this beautiful Moda jelly roll, which is called Spring Chicken, which has got little chickens on it and then different plaids and different sort of like textured prints and stuff, which I think I'm going to make myself a nice little jelly roll race quilt out of. I also got another one, which is Free Spirit Joel Dewberry, it's called, the designer, and it is just all these different sort of like geometric sort of cute pastel-y tones, which I thought was really nice. So that's what I've got. Oh, and I got a bundle of batik fabrics, because I have a lovely customer that wants a caddy for a friend of hers made from these, so I'm going to crack on with that tomorrow, I hope, because I was supposed to be going to pick up another featherweight tomorrow. And the lady that I was going to buy it from then decided to message me late last night and say that she's actually been told that it was worth a lot more money than what she originally wanted for it, and has now hiked the price right up. And I said to her, unfortunately, I'm not prepared to pay that when it's going to need a full service, a belt replacement, rewire, new feet on the foot pedal and the machine itself. It's going to need polishing, the case will need refurbishing, and so on. And I just thought, I'm not willing to pay for what she wants for it now, because she wants basically someone has basically turned around to her and said, you've got it up cheaper than it should be, and that you're able to get XYZ for it, but that is based on the fact that it's fully serviced, fully rewired and safe to use and pack tested, which her one isn't, so I shan't be buying it. But yeah, that's another story. I have also, we went to a store called The Eternal Maker last weekend. Was a little bit underwhelmed. The photos on their website looked brilliant, and then we got there and was kind of a bit like, well. But anywho, I managed to pick up one quilt pattern, which is Doubletree, which is a Cozy Quilts pattern. And I've been looking for some of their patterns for a while. It was disappointing. So they advertised this as a strip tube ruler pattern, and they also had a booklet there which was all different designs of how you could use the strip tube ruler, but they didn't actually sell the strip tube ruler to go with it, so it was a bit disappointing. If you're going to sell the pattern and you're going to sell the book, why not sell the ruler? So the other thing that I managed to get as well, while we were out on our travels, we went to another shop, which I managed to get some of, one of the Moda scrap bags, which I've never actually been able to get one of these. I know that they exist, but I've never actually seen anywhere that sells them. So this one is all different scraps. It's called Nocturnal, this line, and it's got deer of all different varieties, and it's got these sort of like nocturnal night type designs. This one I absolutely love because of it being black and white. It's got little foxes on there. And then there's like a star, celestial, and back to the same sort of colours again. So this was really reasonable. You get quite a lot in there. There's almost as much as a jelly roll, minus the fact that it's cut on the length of fabric rather than the width of fabric. But it was only £18 for quite a lot of scrap fabric. So I thought, you know what, for EPP and stuff like that, it's going to be brilliant. I can cut down loads and loads of 1-inch hexes from the big strips that are on there. So that was what I got from there. I also got some fray stop glue, because I've been doing a lot of shirts really, and I ran out of fray check for my buttonholes. So I thought I would get some of that while I was there. Then I did a wholesale order this week because I needed some quilt batting. So I bought, well, I didn't need it. My husband needed a roll of quilt batting and he asked me to get him one. So I ordered a massive roll of quilt batting. I think it's like 10 metres by 2.5 metres wide or something. Anyway, he's very happy now that he's got a huge stash of quilt batting. And I've got a huge amount of quilts that I need to quilt for him on my frame because he's finished quite a few quilt tops recently. Which, once they're quilted, I will try and do sort of like a whistle-stop tour of the quilts that he's currently made, ones that aren't going into any quilt shows, because I don't think you're allowed to show them off beforehand. I don't know. However it works. So it is a wholesale order. So while I was doing a wholesale order, I thought to bridge the gap of what the minimum order requirement was, I would catch up on some patterns that I've been looking to get. So I got, in Bianni patterns, I got the Ditty Bags 2.0, which is these little set of 3 bags. Just wanted those because I wanted to run some of those up as gifts. I also got Power Trip, which is an old pattern, but I wanted it because it makes a smaller case, which is basically the same design as the Place for Everything bag. So I wanted to make some smaller ones to go on my store. I got the Elizabeth Hartman Flamingo quilt pattern, which the only reason why I bought this is because I looked at it and thought of Rachel from Stitched Up. She loves flamingos, and I thought these rainbow flamingos, best thing ever. So I thought I'm going to make one of those, and every time I look at it, it will remind me of Rachel. The other thing that I picked up was the Hope woven dress pattern. Now, this isn't for me. This is for the delightful Lynn, who is Catherine from Soberton Makery's mum. She was looking at this dress in the Stitch Festival, and the printed style art patterns are quite expensive. I think they're overpriced when they're printed. I think they're a really good price at PDF, but I think once they're printed, I think if you was to buy it as a PDF and then pay for it to be printed, it would still be half of the price difference of what they are, and I think it's just a little bit steep for a printed pattern. So I said to her, while I was doing a wholesale order, would she like me to get her one? So I picked her up the one that she wanted. And I'm seeing her in a couple of weeks at a sewing social that Catherine's holding. So I will take it with me and I will give it to her there. The other one that I got was the Rope and Anchor Trading Co. If you don't know who Rope and Anchor are, please go and check her out on Instagram and YouTube. She's just set up her own YouTube channel fairly recently. I will link it down below. Rope and Anchor quilts are absolutely beautiful. So they're all made up from half square triangles and squares. And they're done in rows. So as you assemble them, you assemble it row by row, which is how the Exploded Heart quilt pattern is put together as well, which is not a rope and anchor, but it gives you the idea if you've ever made that. The instructions in these are absolutely brilliant. The design is absolutely adorable. I'm going to hopefully make this up this weekend, and if I do, then I'll show you next week. I want it to go up on our bedroom wall because it's a finished quilt of... where is it? 42 inches by 60 inches. So it's quite a good size to go on a wall. So yeah, as I say, this is from Rope and Anchor Trading Co. I will post her YouTube and her Instagram links down below, and I will also link to her shop for her patterns. She also does another one which is called the Bumblebee, which I also bought, but it's my husband wanted the Bumblebee, and it's in his stash. But I will also pop a link directly to that in the description box if you want to go and see the Bumblebee. They're beautiful patterns, and Tracy, I believe it's Tracy, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Tracy Perks. She is absolutely lovely. I got to meet her at Festival of Quilts last year, and she's a small business. And if you could go and show her some support, that would be fab. So I think that's it. That's all that turned up over the last 2 weeks. I have, however, made some really, really nice makes over the last 2 weeks. I will insert some footage here of my lovely client and friend Diane. She asked me to make her a dress a couple of weeks ago. So I just wanted to quickly come on and talk to you about the Harper dress that I have made for my lovely friend and one of my hair customers. She asked me if I would mimic a dress that she'd bought before. She found the pattern on Etsy, and this is the finished result. So this is made from the Rainbow Fabrics Tudor Pink wide back quilt backing. It's a cotton sateen, and I think it is the perfect dress to show off the print because it's large, bold panels and shows off most of the rainbow of the swallows. So I will also insert some images of it so you can see it in full, but I just wanted to quickly show you it now before I package it up and drop it off later today. And I made her a toile sort of wearable muslin from some beautiful double gauze that I got from Anna from You Got Me in Stitches and Pattern Pouch Nest at one of the socials that I run. And I then made it for her in the beautiful fairy flakes fabric, fairy dust fabric from Tulip Pink backing range, which I got from Rainbow Fabrics. I actually made myself a shirt in this as well, which I wore to Stitch Festival, which you might have seen if you'd seen my Stitch Festival vlog. So this was her sort of final one that she wanted, but I'm gonna keep the pattern now that I've sized it perfectly to her sizing, and I'm gonna make her some more in the future. I think what we're gonna do next is make a sleeveless version but full length so that she can wear it to a ball that she's going to later on this year. So I made that. I also made the Jaime coat, I think it's called, or the Jaime coat. I don't know how you pronounce it because I think it might be a French way of writing it down. Let's not go on to pronunciation. Potato, and all of that jazz. So this is I'm going to call it the Jaime Jacket. I absolutely love this. It is from, can't remember now, the Sewers Club Pattern Co or something. I will link it down below. It is literally the pattern that I always wanted, what's the Friday Pattern Company? Ilford jacket. So I made the Ilford jacket. I was majorly disappointed with the fit on the Ilford jacket. It's too boxy for me. The sleeves were too tight. They weren't long enough. I should have extended them. I just had a nightmare making the Ilford jacket. I didn't get on with the pattern. It's a brilliant pattern. It just doesn't suit my body shape. The Jaime jacket, brilliant. It's got longer sleeves from the get-go. I think I did extend them by 1 inch anyway, though, just in case. And I did. I extended the pattern pieces and so I extended the bodice pieces and I extended the sleeves by 1 inch because for some reason my torso and my arms are longer than any pattern that anyone writes. So yes, I made the Jaime jacket. I made it from this beautiful wool fabric that I managed to get from Fabricland in Southampton. They have a website. I will link it down below. You can order from them if you're in the UK. This was it's almost like an ex-Barber wool, and it's it's not really thick. It's quite thin. It's probably about a 250 GSM, I would say, but it is super warm, sews up beautifully, and I'm really happy with the finished jacket. I've been wearing it the last week or so. It's really comfortable, really warm, and it bridges that gap between a winter jacket and a summer jacket. So it's perfect for spring, basically. And I think that's all I've really made over the last couple of weeks. So the last couple of weeks have been really busy. There's been a lot going on. We had Easter, we had different shows. It's just been really hard to find time to actually sew anything. I have been based in a load more EPP hexes in the evening, but I've been getting home. My hands have been really sore over the last couple of weeks. I do need to go to the GP. I think I have got the start of arthritis in my hands and my wrists. Which is why at the moment I'm trying to focus more on my patterns that I'm writing, which my newest one will come out at the end of April is when I hope to get it out. It's going to be finished this weekend and we'll go out for testing, and then hopefully it'll be released by the end of April. Once that one's released, it's going to be quite I don't know how to describe it. The next pattern that will be released, I think people are going to really enjoy and really like, I hope. Fingers crossed. And if the release of that does go as planned, I will be holding a class to teach how to make that as a sort of day thing. If people are interested in that, I will be booking a space and I will also supply the necessary hardware and different things to go with it if people wish to. But I'll talk more about that just after the pattern release. If it's a successful pattern release and people like it as much as I think they will, then I will hold it as a class where you can come along and learn to make one. So I think that's really it for me this week. I am going to go and get myself ready. I'm going to go and put something in this big mop of hair so it looks less fluffy. and I will talk to you all really soon, I hope. If I've got anything else that I need to add to this, I might drop it in beforehand. But if not, have a great weekend. I hope you get some sewing done. I plan to get the rest of my caddy orders finished this weekend, and then I can get them shipped out to the customers that are waiting for them. And I will talk to you all very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.